Welcome back to Trilogy's channel with me, Frankie Mardell. I realise we've been a little bit absent from YouTube lately, and apologies for that. Been working on some really exciting projects in Trilogy, which we should be completing very soon, and should be able to update you on very soon. So that's very exciting, so stay tuned for that. We're going to be back to our regular occurrences on YouTube with a lot more videos. We've got tons of watches in stock, so we're glad to be back, and I hope you guys continue to enjoy the channel. For now, we're back in YouTube with a bang, with a stunning watch, and this is the Rolex Day-Date 2 in platinum. So yeah, before we get into the meat of the video, my watch of the day is the Rolex Day-Date 40 yellow gold, reference number 228238, and it's got the brand new, stunning, new release green dial that was just released this year. I, for one, am a big fan of this watch. It's the first time Rolex have done the green dial in the yellow gold, and I think it works fantastically well. I think this works actually much nicer than the olive green on the rose gold and the white gold, and I think it was about time we had the green on the yellow, considering we do have the olive in the others. The green is a bit of a sort of more flat green, similar to the green on the yellow gold GMT, but I think it's a little bit brighter than that, and I think it does actually work really well. This is the first one I've had, and I'm actually considering buying one for myself because I think it's an absolutely stunning piece. This is available in store today, obviously 2022, for $58,500. So if you're interested in this, give us a call, shoot us an email, or you know how to get in touch. Without further ado, let's get into the meat of the video, which is obviously the Platinum Day-Date 2. So yeah, I feel the Platinum Day-Date 2 was sort of slept on from its initial release in 2008, and I think there's a few reasons for this. I believe Platinum as a whole wasn't really given the respect or the attention it deserved up until perhaps the last decade or so, maybe even the last 5, 6, 7 years. Platinum is now started to come to the sort of forefront of collectors' minds, as well as white gold. I can't really pinpoint exactly why this change has happened, but I believe it's more of a shift in mindset. People aren't looking for those super gary and loud watches anymore, so platinum and white gold have become a lot more in demand. We've seen that across all product ranges. The white gold Oyster Flex Daytona is one of the most in-demand Daytonas actually at the moment, as well as obviously platinum across the Rolex line with the Day-Dates and the Daytonas and the like. And this has also come at a time where I feel that demand for, as I said, the garish and loud pieces such as the diamond set bust down pieces has started to dwindle a little bit in my opinion. So it seems as though the shift in mindset is people looking for more that whole kind of stealth wealth look, also some heavy hitters in the game, but also not watches that are super loud that not everyone would know, which I think is quite cool, because a lot of watches were sort of getting left behind because they weren't super loud, but now they're getting the respect and the attention that they deserve. As mentioned, the Platinum Day-Date 2, like all Day-Date 2s, was released in 2008. Obviously, watches started becoming larger in trend and in size, so Rolex moved with that, with the Day-Date 2. It was released alongside all the other Day-Date 2s in the rose, yellow and white gold. Out of all the watches it released, I think that the Platinum wasn't really the one that was in demand, and I believe the reason for this is twofold. Firstly, the size of it. A lot of traditional collectors were very unhappy with the release of the Day-Date 2 due to the fact that they feel it was sacrilegious to the size and the history of the Day-Date, which since 1956, its release, has always been a 36mm, and some people didn't like the fact that that was changing by Rolex. I, for one, think it's a good thing, because I couldn't really wear a 36mm, I think it's too small, and I'm glad to have seen that Rolex were moving through the times. Tying in with the size would be the weight. The Platinum Day-Date 2 is the heaviest of the Day-Date 2s. It weighs a 278 grams, as opposed to, on the next one down, the Rolex Ruby Rose Gold is only 218 grams. So it's 27% heavier, which is quite a lot. It's over a quarter heavier, and it does notice on the wrist, especially if you're used to something like the 36mm Day-Date Double Quick, which is certainly a lot lighter. But I mean, the size and the weight is something you definitely get used to. And another reason that people didn't like the Day-Date Platinum as much is the smooth bezel. It's very different to the traditional fluted bezel. I, for one, am a big fan of the fluted bezel. I love the way it reflects light, and light bounces off of it. It's got a really nice shine to it. But for me, I really enjoy having the smooth bezel on the Day-Date in Platinum, as it really shows that it's a different watch entirely. And it's not the same as everything else. However, now, as of this year, that's now discontinued, and Rolex have now managed to fashion platinum onto a Day-Date fluted bezel in a cost-effective way, which is something they've never been able to do before. So I'm looking forward to seeing one of those coming into the store very soon. The one thing that I've always loved, and has always been loved by a lot of collectors on the Platinum Day-Date 2 and Platinum Rolexes in general, is the ice blue dial that Rolex reserves exclusively for platinum pieces. As can be seen here, we've got the ice blue with the blue Roman numerals, which looks fantastic. Obviously, we've got the ice blue on the Daytona, and I think it really was a genius move for Rolex to reserve the ice blue just for platinum. Really shows that it's something different and something special. The Platinum Day-Date 2 is powered by Rolex's powerhouse movement, the calibre 3156, which is a fantastic movement and works incredibly well. Obviously, being a Day-Date, this watch has the presidential bracelet, which in my opinion is the best bracelet that Rolex make. It's just such a classic look, and I love the way that light reflects off of it. And that's what gives it the weight. Those full, solid platinum presidential links give that watch a nice weight. You can really feel that you're wearing something special when you have this on your wrist. In terms of pricing, obviously prices have come down a little bit this year. This watch at the start of the year was £75,000. And we've seen a bit of a correction in the market, as we all know. So this watch is available today for just $55,000, which I believe represents great value for a watch of this history and this caliber in platinum for just $55,000. If you compare it to what you could have picked up at the start of the year, it really does represent great value. I, for one, think it's a great purchase. So if you've been sat on the sidelines looking to pick up something special, maybe in platinum, now could be the time for you. So give us a call if you're interested in that. I'm really interested to hear your guys' thoughts on the Platinum Day-Date 2. Obviously, you now know what I feel about it. It's a fantastic piece. If you had 55 grand, would you choose this or would you pick something else? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Trilogy. And remember, if you're looking for a new watch, don't forget to phone Frankie first.